Hello, everybody. It's Stephen here for the Idiot Quilter, and welcome to my weekly episode. This is episode number 305, and it's April the 1st. Happy April Fool's Day 2025. Do you get into April Fools? I don't get into April Fools, no. When I was a kid, yeah, we'd do things like that, but now, no. Couldn't care less. But I know there's somebody out there that loves April Fools, and I know that there's somebody out there today who will try to do an April Fool's joke on me. Probably. We'll see. Anyways, let's move right on to something that isn't so foolish, and yet it's fun, and that's what I've been working on. So, as you know, I have a new great niece. Her name is Clara. She's 5 months old. Just found out about her. And so I'm making her a baby quilt, or possibly a wall hanger, or wall hanging. And you know about it because I showed you the pattern. It's by Tracy Perks. And I've made her patterns before, and they're a lot of fun to do. A little tedious, a lot of squares, but very easy to do, and the end result is worth the effort. And so I'm working on her giraffe design. I only have the first 10 rows put together, and you can see there's 3 more rows there that have been put together lengthwise, but I haven't got them sewn onto the main part. There's 30 rows. I believe there's 30 rows all together with this, but I'm really loving how it's coming together, and I'm hoping by very soon I will have this done. On the sew day last Wednesday, however, I was showing it to the people who had come for that. And one of the people, I believe it was Melissa, she is a fellow machine embroiderer, and she says, you know what would be nice to go along with it? Might be some bibs, because of course, new mothers always need lots of bibs, which is true, I guess, not ever having been a mother or ever having any children. But yeah, and that sounds like a great idea. So I found some designs that I liked. The first 2 designs I downloaded did not work in my embroidery hoop, and I'll explain in a few minutes why that is, and sort of put it up as a warning to any of you machine embroiderers out there that might be in the market to make some baby bibs too. But I got this particular design came from Sweet Pea? I think it was Sweet Pea. Yeah. It works out really good. Everything is done in the hoop, so there's no need to put like the straps on separately. You do that right in the hoop as well. It is quilted as well. And if I say as well again, I'm going to shoot to myself. So you can see, and he's a little pig right there off to the side. Now I intend to put some Velcro up at the top of the straps to hold it together. But I don't have any white Velcro. I have black. I could use black on this. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to use. What do you think? White or black? I don't know. I don't know if you can get Velcro in this color, in pink. But that doesn't matter anyways, because I need more Velcro, because I got on a roll and I decided if one bib is good, another one would be great too. This one's the monkey. I think he's really cute too, and he's fun. And then I made the titty. Teddy, I mean, okay, just ignore that part. Okay, it's too early in the morning when I'm recording this. But anyways, I made the Teddy, and he's a blue bear. Yeah. I don't know. I amuse myself. April Fools. Yeah. So I think it's a really cool design. They don't take long to make at all. And yeah, so I made 3, and I get some Velcro, and I'll get that sewn on. And when I get the quilt done, all of this will go together in a package out to BC, where my niece and her new daughter live. Okay, let's get back on track here before something else spills out of my mouth that shouldn't. I still don't understand what that was about. Maybe it's lack of coffee. That's what I'm going to put it down to. Okay, so what's coming up Wednesday? Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen is coming up as usual, 9 a.m. start time. It is a Zoom, links in the show notes. Everybody's welcome. Come and go as you please. And hopefully we may have Stephanie with us. Stephanie's been not around for the last couple. She's been very, very busy. I was talking to her the other day. We were texting, and she's been very busy getting ready for her big retreat in Berlin, Ohio, which starts at the end of this week. And there's a lot to do when you're running a retreat, and this is a huge one. I think this might be the biggest one Stephanie has ever done. I believe there's about 40 people registered for it. And I hope all goes well. Well, I know everything will go well. I know everybody's going to have a really great time at that. So she said she would try this Wednesday to join us, but if she can't, well, we understand. She's busy. Yeah, she's very busy. And she's had a few things happening, and I'm not going to get into them because I don't think it's for me to share this. But she has a few things in her life right now, and, you know, life happens for us all, that have been eating up her time too with it all. So yeah, so hopefully she'll be able to pop in even for a few minutes and say hi for everybody. But if she doesn't, we understand. Yeah. Okay, so that's Wednesday, Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen. We had a pop-up sew day on Saturday. I think there was about 24 people there at the height of it, and everybody seemed to have had a good time. And many of the people that attended sent me a note afterwards thanking me for the day and how much they appreciate the pop-up sew days, because it allows them a chance to get caught up on some projects they're working on. And, you know, it's nice to be sewing with other people, because we all get inspired by other people there. We learn new things. We always learn new things. Not all of them have to do with quilting and sewing, but many of them do. And that doesn't matter. It's a break from this world. We did get a little political at one point, but we pulled back from that because, you know, we got to keep in mind that this is sort of a happy place for all of us. And while we're together and we're sewing, then the rest of the world can just go away. So if you've never been to one of my pop-up sew days, they're absolutely free. There's going to be another opportunity very, very soon. In less than 2 weeks' time, I'm having another pop-up day and sew day, and that's on April the 12th, Saturday, April the 12th. So if you want to pencil that in, the link, they are Zoom. For those of you that don't know what a pop-up sew day is, they're all done by Zoom. The link for it will be in the show notes for all of my videos next week. I'll be sending that link out to people on my mailing list as well next Monday. And everybody's welcome. And if you can't stay for the whole day, don't worry about it. Come and go as you please. And as I said, there's no charge, and it is not recorded. It is not a YouTube live. So yeah, I hope to see the old faces. Well, I shouldn't call them old faces. The regulars, I suppose, and some newbies. It's always nice to have newbies. And everybody is always very, very friendly and very welcoming. Okay, so I alluded to the fact that when I was making those bibs and I was looking for files to make those bibs. Okay, I'm having a little problem with the lips. Don't know why. With the bibs, looking for their designs. And first of all, I went to Designs by Juju. And I found this. Let me just show this to you. Oh, here's something I forgot to show you. So let's hold this thought and go to this for just a second while it's on the screen. My bunny. Well, actually, he's a gnome. He's a gnome dressed up like an Easter bunny, and he's really cute. He was he a sweet pea? I think he was a sweet pea design. And I couldn't resist. Now, he was not on sale, and they were sort of pushing that there was a companion piece that was Halloween based, and I love them both. And at first I said, well, I'll just wait, they'll eventually put them on sale, but I couldn't wait, so I paid full price for them. I think this one and the other one combined was about $35 Canadian, but he turned out really nice. Now you will notice his ears are a little offset on that, and I tried, but I just couldn't get them to match up. And you want to know something? I'm pointing it out to you right now, but I don't know if you would have noticed that if I hadn't. And I'm not going to worry about it, because I'm not giving this to anybody. It's hanging in my sewing room along with all my other gnomes. And he brings me joy because he's very happy looking and very sweet. Okay, so I was talking about bibs. Well, let's see if I can find the bibs. And here we are. And that's not the picture I want. This is the picture I want. Okay. So I said it was designs by Juju. And I thought this was kind of a cute pattern right here. All done in the hoop as well. This is the Quilted Baby Bibs for large hoops. And this is one that's supposed to fit up to about two years of age. And, you know, I guess babies grow fast, so I thought I would pick this one up. Well, I did, and there was another design, too, that I picked up as well. And they were good price. They were on sale, regularly $10, $4 in American funds. So, you know, works out to about $6.50 or so Canadian. So I bought these two patterns and set them up, sent them to my embroidery machine, and nothing came up. I couldn't get them to work no matter what I did. Now, in the product details, which is something I didn't look at, I never do usually. I should, but I don't. It says it's for large hoops only. It did not say that here. And what do they mean by a large hoop? Well, they do have hoop size, 7 by 12, 8 by 12. Well, my largest hoop is 7.5 by 14, and I always find these measurements that they give are never quite accurate, so I didn't worry about that. So I got it, and these are all the details about the design and that kind of thing. It goes on for days. And then they have design information. This bib is made in one hooping, and the quilting stitches are done in the hoop. However, there is only quilting on one side of the bib. There is no re-hooping required. It says it's not a split hoop design. Okay, no problem. Then they talk about the ones they have tested in and the actual size. And they have every machine listed except Gnome, and I have a 550E Gnome. And down here, they say it's not made for multi-positionable hoops. Well, I don't have one of those. But here, please check the size of your hoop before ordering, as no refunds will be given if the design does not fit your hoop. Okay, didn't know about that. But I didn't see any of this. And the funny thing was, when I put it in my cart, and Laurie says I've purchased it, and I have. When you go to the download, they have one for the Gnome hoop for my machine. Well, no, it's not for my machine. As I discovered after about an hour of tinkering with this to get it to work, my hoop, my biggest hoop, was not big enough for this. There is only one machine, Gnome machine, that could have handled this pattern, and that's the Gnome M17, the combination embroidery sewing machine. That's the $23,000 retail price of machine that I've talked about on here and on So Chatty before. Didn't know that. So no refunds. So I've got the design. I can't use it. So good thing I didn't spend an arm and a leg on it. But yeah, you know, there would have been a better place to have put that information than in their little drop-down menu. Because I'm sorry, but the way that drop-down menu is designed, you take a look here. See if I'm crazy or not. Well, you'll probably say you are, but for other reasons. See this? So you see this, you read these basic informations, and here would be the add it to your cart. So you just hit add it to your cart and go on your merry little way. These product details and more information. At first glance, you look at those and go, yeah, so it's the little plus sign. You need to pull that down in order to see all the fine details. Well, I learned a lesson here, didn't I? I learned that you should read those kind of things, but never dawned on me. It's not that obvious. I think maybe up here in the description, well, they do say the hoop size. Okay, so it's me. It's not so much designs by Juju, it's just me. So I guess the lesson I've learned here is don't just suddenly hit the add to cart button and away you go. Read everything firsthand to avoid this kind of problem. But anyways, this did work out in sort of a backwards way for me because I found those other designs on Sweet Pea and I liked them better and they work in my hoop. So it all worked out. But lesson learned. And I thought I'd share that lesson that I learned with you. Okay, that takes us now to Subscribers Quilt of the Week. And this comes from a neighbor. Well, she lives 2 towns over from me, and I have in person met Elaine before, and Elaine is a regular on Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen and Pop-Up Sew Days as well. And she has sent me this wonderful creation. This week's quilt from a subscriber comes from somebody that I can almost call a neighbor as well as a friend, and that is Elaine Hadlington. Elaine lives in a town 2 towns over from me, just to the east, not very far away at all. And she sends in this picture, and this is absolutely a beautiful quilt. And she says, finally got the Whirling Wonder quilted. Stephanie Stitch's pattern. Fabric is Tango by Kate Spain. Out of my usual colorway, but as soon as I saw the pattern, I knew this fabric was perfect, and I would definitely say it is very perfect. This is out of my colorway as well, but I absolutely love it. These colors just go so well together. They're soft, but they're vibrant, and the style of the quilt, the pattern itself, is also fantastic, as are all of Stephanie Stitch's patterns. But I'm really loving the quilting. And I am assuming that the quilting was done by Elaine's husband, because he actually loves to do long arm quilting and does many of Elaine's quilts for her. Must be nice to have a long armer at your fingertips. But this is a stunning quilt, and I really, really like it. Now, I don't believe I have made this pattern by Stephanie, so I must look for it, and I think I should give it a go as well. But Elaine, thank you for sharing that with us. It is a beautiful, beautiful quilt. So thank you, Elaine, for that. It's gorgeous. YouTube of the week. This comes from the questioning quilter, Brita Nelson. One of my subscribers recommended her YouTube channel to me, and so I checked it out, and here's what I have to say about that. This week's YouTube channel of the week is called Brita Nelson, the Questioning Quilter, and she's been around for quite a while, but I've only just recently discovered her thanks to some advice from a few of the people on our Wednesday Sew Days. And I have checked out a few of her videos. I haven't gone through them all yet. But they are very informative, and she really explains to you how you can use your scraps and how you can do different techniques to make really stunning quilts that look complicated but aren't so complicated. Her style is very professional, very informative, and keeps you interested all the way through. So if you're looking for some ideas for some simple quilts that look complicated, or how to use up your scraps or that kind of thing, then you're going to want to check out Brita Nelson, the Questioning Quilter. So what are some future projects? You know, I have so many future projects, there's no way I'll ever get them all done, but I live in hope, don't I? So this one is called Dream Catchers by the American Patchwork and Quilting. It is a free pattern. Last week I mentioned to you that I'm going to be working on my first baby quilt, and I'm using a pattern by Tracy Perks. But when I was looking for a suitable pattern for a baby quilt, I came upon this one on American Patchwork and Quilting's website, and it is a free pattern, and I have the link for it in the show notes below. But this one really caught my eye because it's fairly simple, but it gives you a chance to use, I would say, scrap fabric, and you can do this in a variety of colors and patterns. You could even do a little bit of fussy cutting in the center squares of each motif or of each block. I think this would make a really quick project, and I think it would definitely be expandable to something a little bigger than a baby quilt. So it's called Dream Catchers, and as I said, it's by American Patchwork and Quilting. And if you're interested in getting your hands on this free pattern, well, easy enough to do. Just go to the show notes below and you'll find the link for it. So what have I managed to accomplish this week? Well, I guess a few things. I already showed you my giraffe quilt and the baby beds and things, but I've been working on the 3D printer, of course, as I always do. And so here's what I have to share with you from the past week. So this past week, I have been working on baby things. I'm working on a baby quilt and some bibs. And you can see this is the Tracy Perks pattern for the giraffe quilt. And I've got the first third of it all sewn together, and I'm working on more of the strips. There are 30 rows altogether, and it does get a little confusing. So what I do is I lay out all my pieces onto one of my pressing mats, wool pressing mats. And this is the pattern right here. And as you can see, yeah, you can get pieces turned upside down. So what I've done is I've created in my Word document this little chart with the numbers on it. It's kind of awkward holding it up here. Just a second. Let me get myself resituated. And there are 21 blocks in each row, or 21 squares in each row that are made up of solid squares and made up of half square triangles. And what I do is I write the color of each one, and if it's a half square triangle, I write the two colors with a little hash mark, you know, whatever you call that thingy, just to designate it, designate which piece goes where. And I'm finding this is very useful because when you get looking at this, although it seems very straightforward, it is so easy because I changed the colors a little bit. You can see I've written notes all over it to keep myself straight. And I double check and triple check after I've got each row sewn together to make sure I have all the pieces in the right spot. Also, you'll notice there is a little bib here. When I put this video together for you, I'm going to redo that pig bib. One of his ears is kind of folded down because I used cutaway stabilizer, and I should have used water soluble because I trimmed it best I can, and you can't really see it. If I get right in close, you see a little bit of the white fuzzies on the bottom. I trimmed it as close as I could to get rid of those. But if I use water soluble, then it will all come out, and that'll be better. So I'm going to remake this one. And there's several different designs. Let me grab the pattern here so you can see. And this is from Creative Kiwi, and I'll put the link in the show notes today for this. But they're really cute because you've got a monkey, you've got a bear, and you've got the pig, and I think they're showing two bears there because I think there's 3 designs altogether. They're really cute. I hope they fit okay. I think they will. So I'm going to make these, and I'm going to include them with my quilt when I send this all off, when I get it done, out to BC as the baby gift for my new great niece, Clara. Yeah, I hope they love it. What else have I been working on? Well, I've been 3D printing, but I've been 3D printing, and if you saw my vlog yesterday, you know that I talked a little bit about this. This is the fortune teller, and it is a caravan, and, well, there's a lot of pieces. This is one of those ones like I've made before, like the Haunted Mansion, the Christmas house, and the theater. So, yeah, I'm getting all the pieces together, and it's got this unique little thing. I ordered it, and I got it. Unfortunately, I had it ordered from Amazon, this orb light. And I'm not going to take it out of the box right now, but this is really cool. And it's kind of the centerpiece to this whole thing. And it changes colors, and it looks like a fortune teller's crystal ball. Really cool little light. Yeah, anything else I've been working on? No, I've got lots of things that I need to work on. Oh yeah, one other thing that I created was this little shelf over here. This is my little display of 3D prints. You've seen it before, but this shelf that I've got all these guys sitting on, that is a 3D printed shelf as well. Actually, my friend Russ from Quilt Meets World put me onto this. And, you know, I think he was setting it up like a challenge. I'm not sure. But either way, I thought it was really kind of cool. So, you know, little tiered display shelf. And I might make more of those. I'm not sure where else I could use them, but I know that I can make them and they'll be great. So, yep, that's what I've been up to this week. And so that takes me to my review this week of an online quilt store. And this one is one, of course, it is Canadian, and it is called The Common Thread. This week's online quilt store is called The Common Thread, and they're located in a little place called Cobourg, which is, about 70 kilometers, 80 kilometers east of Toronto. Maybe a little further than that, maybe more like 100 kilometers. Anyways, I have never been to their store. Well, I don't think they actually have a store. It's all online, which is just fine for our purposes. So this is their homepage, and let's take a look at it. They're showing their solids. You can shop by category, fabric, notions, patterns, gifts, and handcrafted quilt kits. They have a spring fat quarter bundle. There's 14 in the bundle for $45. Very springy, very bright spring-like colors. They're showing their new arrivals and gifts and handcrafted. They have an example of some of the quilts they have for sale, and yeah, lots of other things on here as well. So let's go up and take a look at their fabric. So we'll go under shop, fabric. New arrivals, holiday, solids, basics and blenders, collections, bundles and pre-cuts, quilt kits, apparel, fabric, and pre-order. Okay, well, let's go with collections first of all. And they have some Figo, Patrick Loss, lots of Figo fabrics. And I have a feeling they're saying some of these are $5 and $9 and $10. I have a feeling, let's go to this one for $9, that this might be okay. Yeah, they're sold by the half meter, so it's $18 a meter, which is actually a fairly good price right now here in Canada. So that is good. Let's go back. And is there a way to sort through this? Well, we have date, new, and old, and by price and alphabetically. Let's click on alphabetically and see what we have here. So they have Riley Blake as well. They have some that are definitely on sale. $5 for a half meter, so $10 a meter for some of these. $8 a meter. Good prices, really good prices here. Selection-wise, what are we talking? Now, a lot of these do not appeal to me, but that doesn't mean that they don't appeal to somebody else. And as I said, the prices are consistently good with this. So you may be able to find something that you like. Now, does it tell us how many? No, we really don't have a number of how many fabrics are in a collection. But things seem to be laid out quite well, and you can organize by alphabetical. So if you know the name of a collection, it should be easy enough to find. They definitely like Figo, and Figo is a Canadian company. And I really like this. Right now, at this point in time, they put the little Canadian flag right here, so you know you are buying, if you buy Figo, you're buying Canadian fabric. 8 pages. So that's pretty good. Now, if we go up here to all. Oh, this is interesting too. I don't think I've seen something set up quite like this. So they have it by category too. So if you're looking for something like birds or bats or blues or cats, let's take a look at cats just for fun. Not much there, but you know, it's sold out and they've got 2. But again, prices are pretty good. It looks like they have some Halloween cats as well. So yeah, that's not a bad way of organizing. Ah, wide back. Okay, let's go to wide back. Okay, wide back, $16, and this one's $5 if you like that. It's sold out anyways, but $16. I'm assuming that's at a half meter. Yes, half meter, $16. So it's $32 for a meter of wide back, 108 inch. That is about the going price. So that's average. Okay, let's go back. And they had several wide backs listed here, so nope, all the same. Yeah, so they really don't have much of a selection in wide backs, like basically nothing at all. So yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. Okay, what else can we look at? Well, are there pre-cuts? They don't have pre-cuts in this menu, but I did see pre-cuts. Or did I? Maybe I did. Bundles and pre-cuts. There we go. I did. And again, Figo. A lot of Figo. Well, there's not a bad selection. 2 pages of pre-cuts. A lot of things are sold out. Yeah, a lot of things are sold out because they're on sale, I guess. So I guess if you snooze, you lose on this particular, in this particular quilt store. I would imagine they are constantly replenishing, I would like to think. Okay, so not a bad selection. Not the best, but not bad. Notions, yeah, the standard. They have Guterman's thread. Yeah, the usual kind of thing. Pretty much about what you'd expect. I don't think there's a lot of room for quilt stores online to adjust the pricing on notions to keep themselves competitive. It always seems they all seem to be within the ballpark of each other. Now, they do have some batting listed under notions. It's sold out, though. Yeah, I'm a little concerned. Well, on the one hand, you see a lot of things sold out, so you know it's popular. But on the other hand, it makes you wonder how much of any one thing they get in and how often they replenish their store. That would be questionable for me because I could see that if everything that you like is sold out, that's going to be very frustrating and you may not return. So that is something. But I have no way of knowing this because I've never been here before. So 96-inch 80/20 Hobbs, $17 pickup only, so they won't ship it to you. And I'm assuming that is by the meter. Yes, this meter sold by, or this product sold by the meter, and it's $17 a meter, which I don't think is bad. I have a hard time judging this because I buy mine by the 30-yard rolls. So, and is that the only batting they have? Was there any under fabric? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So that looks like about all they sell in terms of batting is just that. Okay, what other category can we look at? Let's take a look at patterns. Probably the usual criminals here. Pattern for a quilted jacket. Some bags. Yeah, here again, we have all these sold out, sold out, sold out. It's making me think that maybe they only have one of some of these things, which is very frustrating, I think. Some of these patterns are old. I've seen them around before. But some are like this one, Mod TV. I've never seen that pattern. So yeah, there's a not a bad selection here of patterns, although a lot of them are sold out and some of them have been around for quite some time. Okay, what else can we look at here? let's just take a look at what they have in gifts and handcrafted. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, there might be something here for the quilter on your shopping list. It's pretty much, you know, the standard kind of thing. Now, sales and remnants, and $10 per meter. Well, they say it's $10 per meter. Again, a lot of sold out ones, sales, but $4. $4 is for half a meter, right? We determined that. Yeah. So $8. So it's not 10, it's less than 10, so that's okay. $8, $8. They used to be 10, so these are the ones that are on sale, I guess. And there's 5 pages of sale items. Let's just pick another page at random. Yeah, none of them are really grabbing me, but there's probably something there for somebody, and prices are okay with that as well. Okay, anything else under shopping? No. News. They have tutorials. Full cozy tutorial. And that's the only one. Now is this, it's a free pattern, it's a tutorial. Read more. Is this online? Nope. It looks like it's, oh no, here's the tutorial. It's all done right online here. Okay. What else? That's but the only thing. Free patterns. Let's take a look at free patterns. That link is not taking us there. Maybe it's the free pattern for this. They have a category. Free puff quilt pattern from Figo. So there is the pattern. And there's another one. Oh, that one's kind of pretty. And that's all they got. Just what? Three free patterns. Okay. Markets. Don't know what that is. Upcoming markets. Oh, so where they're going to be located. Okay. And resources. Looking for a long arm quilter. Oh, it looks like they advertise for other people who do long arming as a business. Well, that's good. That's a nice resource. About. They're an online store in Coburg. Name of the owner, Stephanie. Okay, a little bit about her. It looks like she's a young lady in this business. It's nice to see young people in quilting. And contact and home. Now, what's the shipping? And I think I saw a link to shipping policy. Here we go. 1 to 3 business days. Looks like they ship by Canada Post. We offer $15 flat rate shipping within Canada. Well, that's okay. Okay, I don't understand this though. They have a flat rate shipping within Canada. So standard 3 to 9 business days is $15. Small packet, untracked, 3 to 9 is $6. But they have standard shipping. Well, it's free for over $200. So that's okay. And they explain the untracked letter mail. And they do have local pickup. And it's by appointment only because they operate out of their house by the looks of things. And they tell you how to check status. Well, the shipping is good. Shipping is a fair price. So overall, what am I going to rate this at? Well, I think their selection is not bad for some people. Not really my colorway in many ways, but the prices are very good. A little disappointed in the selection in wide backs. Really only 2, and one was sold out. Price there was, you know, about the average. Pattern selection, okay. And notion selection, yeah, okay. So overall, in the layout of the website isn't bad. as well. I think I'd give this about a 7.5 out of 10. So that's the common thread located in Colbert, Ontario. So that brings me to the end of the episode. And so just a reminder that the next pop-up sew day will be Saturday, April the 12th. So it's not this Saturday coming, it's the following. And of course, the retreat. The Idiot Quilter Spring 2025 retreat, which is scheduled for Saturday, April the 26th. And next week, Monday, April the 7th, I will have up on my YouTube channel a video that explains everything you need to know about the upcoming retreat, what we're doing, my special guests, prizes, things like that, and how, most importantly, how you register for it. It is a free event, but you do need to register. And all of that is explained in that video. So watch for that. It comes out next Monday, April the 7th. Yeah, that's the date. So I hope you have a great week. I hope to see some of you on Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen. And tune in on Friday for Sew Chatty. Right now, our tentative idea is to take a look at the things our sewing machines can do that we have forgotten all about. Yeah. So maybe we'll see you then as well. So have a great week. Bye for now.